I'm Andy Rhodes. I have two roles at Dell actually. One is I manage our professional workstation business, and the other is, and this is a more recent thing, I've taken on as one of our IoT leads across the company, still sitting in our end user computing organization. Well, IoT is a huge space, so it's really, I think, more about the Internet of Data rather than the Internet of Things. And so the way we see it is helping customers to take all of this data off sensors or devices and then make sense of it. And to do that, you have to aggregate that data in certain places, and then you have to analyze that data. And so we feel our role is in helping customers to aggregate, analyze the data wherever they need to do it, whether that's at the edge of the network, in the data center, or out in the cloud. And we hope to do that by offering customers all of the devices, so from gateways to servers and storage to the analytics software, but also making sure that that's really secure and very, very manageable. So security is the big concern for everyone right now. 5 years is a long time in the IoT world, but I think a lot of the discussions so far have been about consumer IoT, and I think the big opportunity is on the commercial side. So if you look at smart buildings and smart cities, if you look at us revolutionizing modern factories and what you can do there, if you look at healthcare, I think that the big trend is the commercial world understanding what the IoT or the adoption of these IoT methodologies can really now do for them. And a lot of that is just ensuring that the business side, what we call operations technology, starts to work and speak the same language as IT. Because IT care about security, they care about manageability, they care about governance, they care about cost and scaling out projects. And the business side cares about data, they care about what applications, they care about how much is it going to cost, and am I going to save money or create a new business model from IoT? Those two organizations don't speak the same language today, and so we can really help by bringing the operations side of the house and getting them to understand what IT care about, and then making sure that these projects are deployed quicker and more securely than they would otherwise. So that's one big trend that we see. We have a ton of projects. One that's really fascinating, it's a great story, is we've helped a company in India connect cows. So we call it our connected cow story. And basically we helped them, they put sensors on every one of their cows, and we collected all of that data and analyzed where the cows were moving in the field and where the grass was in those fields, and then correlated that with milk yields so that the farmers knew where to herd their cows for the best grass, so that they could actually increase their milk yield. So connected cows is a real thing if you didn't know. Other projects are around connecting smart buildings. And so people aren't connecting their air conditioning with their fire suppression. What happens if you have a fire in a building? The first thing you don't want to do is pump oxygen into the building. You want to switch off the air conditioning, open the doors, open the turnstiles so people can get out. So we've got a lot of projects on smart buildings. And then we're doing a lot of work in the industrial automation space in upgrading factories and making factories more smart through robotics and taking all this data and analyzing the data to move robotic arms around quicker and better. So those are just a few examples, but they're sort of endless. We have so many customers and so many different use cases. There is a real mix of companies here, so that's been great, and a lot of partnerships. So this is an early in the evolution of this IoT world, and so for us, we're making a lot of connections both with end user customers that are looking at deployments, but also the ecosystem of partners. And I think it's going to take the whole industry coming together to help customers more quickly and easily make some of these deployments. So I think my biggest highlight is a large ecosystem is here, and we're having great conversations about how to work better together.